Hello, Glendale. I'm Meg Keller.
And I'm Luke Miller. You're watching the third episode of the Glendale 411. Glendale Film Group, VIN Films, is headed to New York City to compete in the All-American High School Film Festival.
Carrie Jones and Sarah Snelson report.
And action.
VIN Films is a group of me and some of my friends, Aaliyah Slavens, Julia Weber, and Caitlin West, and we like to make films together. The idea of the name VIN Films comes from the idea of a Venn diagram, and we all have very different perspectives and ideas, and we kind of butt heads a little bit, and so our films always end up being that section of a Venn diagram where all of the circles intersect, and so we thought it would be really fitting because we all make compromises to come up with our films, so we thought it would be really fitting to have a Venn diagram represent us, since that's what we do to make our films.
The All-American High School Film Festival is a festival that students all over the country and even all over the world can submit their films to, and it's a festival that has competitions every year that students can watch their films, and then there will be finalists, and so we get to go visit October 7th through 11th in New York City.
They select the films that have the best story and the best technical aspects to them. And so it's like the founder and the other people, they make the selections. And then they send those selections to the judges like Kristen Stewart, Dylan McDermott, and they will judge the winners and finalists out of all of the selections.
Our little group has two different projects that have been entered in the All-American High School Film Festival. First, we have The Fourth, which all four of us worked on, and then we have Introverted, which is mine and Brett's project.
The Fourth was started by Brett writing it. He kind of pitched an idea to us and we all agreed on it, and he began writing the script for it. And once he was finished writing the rough draft of the script, we all looked over it and edited it and started to create a game plan on how to execute and create this film. And throughout all of February, we were scheduling filming days, when we needed what actors, what they needed to wear, where we needed to film, and what kind of props and equipment we needed.
Action.
Kara, stop!
My favorite part of creating the film was just being able to work creatively with my friends, and we each collaborate and use the best of each of our talents and create something really cool. And so my favorite part personally was doing the cinematography and just planning every shot meticulously. And so seeing it all come together was one of the bigger experiences I've had in my life.
So try to keep it like the same spot where you start the dialogue every time.
Introverted first started out as a music video. We had made the video for Left Hand Free by Alt J. It was a remix, and we entered that video in competition, and it won a couple of small awards. We were trying to think of what is a good abstract film or an experimental film, which is the category we wanted to enter because we wanted to do something that was a little bit different. So we came up with the idea of, we really liked the visuals of our music video and we thought they were really interesting. And we thought that by taking away the audio of the music, we could tell a different story but with the same visuals.
To glow stubbornly through the night. We actually have the possibility for The Fourth, it's entered in drama, so it could win the drama category, and Introverted is entered in the experimental category. But on top of that, they could both win Best Editing or Best Directing. The Fourth could also win Best Score because Guinevere Schaefer composed a score for us. And The Fourth could also win Best Screenplay because we submitted our screenplay as well. So we have a lot of opportunity to win some awards in New York.
This summer, Brett and I actually have a surprise for Caitlin and Aaliyah. We submitted a story idea for a short film to the Black Magic Pitch competition for the All-American High School Film Festival. And what that is that you write a short pitch, you'll submit it, and then if you win, you get $8,000 worth of equipment, and you have a year to make your film, and it will screen at the next All-American High School Film Festival. And yesterday we received the news 2 weeks away from going to New York City that we were in the top 10 of 100 pitches, and that's just really exciting. So we may be in the pitch competition. If not, that's fine, but that's just another big accomplishment that we have under our belt now to say that we've been in the top 10. If we're one of the top 3 selections, we'll be given the equipment and we'll have a year to make our pitch, Low Key, our short film, and we'll be screening at the next All-American High School Film.
My reaction was surprise and shock because that's not really what I was expecting at all. I was expecting them to maybe select the fourth, but the fact that both of our projects got entered, it really took me by surprise and I felt really proud. I think that we did put a lot of hard work into the two projects that we made, and the fact that both of them have been selected in a really prestigious contest such as the All-American High School Film Festival, which screens in New York City on Times Square, I think it's a really big accomplishment, and it's not something that necessarily a lot of high school students get to say that they've accomplished.
I would just say to people that wanted to produce and make films that there will be a lot of things that go wrong, but as long as you're having fun with your friends and getting to use your most creative parts of your mind, then everything will come together. Even if it's not something that you're super proud of, it's always great to see a final product come out of what your time does.
It's not something that I thought was going to happen to me, but it did. And so if it can happen to me, it can happen to you. You just have to work hard and, you know, do your best. Do your best to make projects that you're proud of.
So am I up already? Or?
No, you're gonna get up.
Okay. Is it up again?
Get up out of your desk and get a hands-on education at the OTC Career Center for high school juniors and seniors. There are 19 career paths to choose from, and it's free. Students earn college credit, and they're prepared to get a job when they graduate. A hands-on education that helps you get a job or a jump start on college is what makes the OTC Career Center a unique high school experience. Talk to your high school counselor or visit otc.edu/career center to learn more.
Peter Pan just wrapped up production at the historic Landers Theater downtown.
Tanner Brady and McGuire Stroud share the details.
Start to the right, Wendy, Michael, John. Take the bell, come on. Hurry up and follow me, for soon I will be gone. I'm
Over the past few weeks, Springfield Little Theater's production of Peter Pan has been showing. We talked to the director and a few actors about the inspiration and the direction for the show.
Oh, my favorite part of this is easy. It's the cast. Like, I think the perfect cast came to auditions. I couldn't ask for a more incredible Peter Pan, a more incredible Wendy, a more incredible Captain Hook or Smee. I mean, like, when I saw it for the first time 21, 22, whatever it was years ago, that's kind of what changed what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a performer or to get to do that, and then I had, well, we didn't have DVDs back then. It was a VHS of like a really old production of it, and I watched that over and over and over, and it really was the show that made me want to go into theater for a living. And of course, then I was like, I just want to be an actor. I want to be a performer. And since then, I've actually fallen in love with teaching and with directing and choreographing. And so it really changed the trajectory.
He has a vision for how this show has to be for him to let another kid have that first experience in the theater. And I think that first experience joy that he felt, he's really brought that to this production, and that makes it special.
I think approaching this show now as a dad has really changed how I would look at it. You know, if it was before I had children, because every day, you know, I watch my son grow up, and part of me wants to say, you know, never grow up, which is a huge theme in the show. But then, you know, part of me as well is like, well, yes, of course I want him to grow up.
Well, rehearsal processes can be a tad awkward on like the comedic part of it, because there's nobody laughing, there's nobody clapping. And then audiences, a lot of times the quality of the show actually has to do with the audience, because it depends on the feedback. Like hopefully it's always going to be a good show. But like if the audience is really responsive, I feel like the actors get more into it. It keeps getting better. I feel like every single night the audience gives us like a different energy. So it just kind of makes us get better. It makes us build. It's awesome.
I think every night we learn something new about how this show goes, and we learn something new about our character. So I think every night that we perform it, it gets a little better.
And it's also kind of unique because Peter Pan is always played by a girl. And the reasoning behind that is because they used to not allow people under 18 to stay past 7 p.m. for rehearsals. So they needed somebody small who could sing high, who wasn't a kid. So they always chose women, and now the tradition just kind of stuck.
This is Springfield Theater like you have never seen it before. There is flying, there is pixie dust, there are pixies all over the theater. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful production. It's a reimagined version of Peter Pan.
It really is for all ages. A 3 or 4-year-old is going to stay entertained the whole time because it moves so quickly. Adults and grandparents are going to remember the first time they saw Peter Pan or knew this story. And I think the theme of this story, which there are several, but you know, growing up, no one can get away from that. No one can escape that, and we're all at some point in that process of growing up. So there's something relatable to everyone.
Follow the second star to the right and make sure you, Peter, can fly on down to the show that never grows old. It'll Captain Hook you in.
Don't wait. Deadlines are sooner than they appear. Senior ads and quotes are due by October 28th. Buy your yearbook now. The longer you wait, the more it costs.
Beloved band director Troy Cronkite hasn't been around Glendale much this school year.
Angela Duran and I investigate the effects of his absence on the band program. Troy Cronkite has been the band director at Glendale for 5 years. In his time at the school, he has formed a bond with the students and elevated the band program's production.
Mr. Cronkite, in his short time here, has really turned our band program around.
He's like a father to us kids.
He created a funny and humorous atmosphere.
But recently, Mr. Cronkite has been absent due to an extended illness.
He's lost a lot of weight and he's really weak.
Right now, he's like in some healthcare center.
Mr. Cronkite's students have felt the effects of his absence, but have been able to get by even without his wisdom.
I would usually ask his opinion on how to conduct better or how to be a better leader or something, and with him not there, it's a lot more difficult.
It's been kind of weird, but with Mr. Cummings stepping up and taking control over in his absence, it's going really well.
In Mr. Cronkite's absence, former drumline instructor Seth Cunningham has taken over Cronkite's duties as head band director.
I started out teaching the drumline 3 years ago, and then I student taught here last fall, and then just started my first year of teaching officially this year as the assistant band director.
In an attempt to help Mr. Cronkite recover, Glendale has begun raising money.
Now we are selling the flock bands together, the t-shirts for Mr. Cronkite, and all of the proceeds from the sale of those t-shirts will go to Mr. Cronkite and his family.
Troy Cronkite is making a healthy recovery and should be back teaching here at Glendale this school year. His colleagues and students wish him the best in his recovery.
We're doing this all for him.
Just want him to get better.
And really wanting to see him come back and return healthy.
Thanks for watching the Glendale 411.
Don't forget to subscribe and check out our channel for more content.
Signing out, I'm Meg Keller.
And I'm Luke Miller.